Walking in from Saskatchewan is Easton Martins from the Team Wheaties, 15 years old. The tradition at the Canadian Ultimate Championships in the junior division is having the youngest player from every province walk in with the flag. A nice way to kick off the event. Just to give every viewer that's online right now, checking us out, we have the opening ceremonies coming up, and then we have 3 live stream broadcast games from the Showcase Field 14 today. The ceremonies will include the anthem, welcome address from the tournament organizing committee, a few words from city councilors and MLAs, the announcement of next year's location for CUC, which should be exciting, so make sure to tune in for that. And then just the kickoff of the event. The players are here. They're the ones that were early that got through the traffic incident. They were out here throwing with all their friends and teammates. They can't wait to get things going. There's the observers walking across, led by head observer Mark Moran. Now we have Chris Reed, one of the tournament organizers, welcoming players to Edmonton for this event.
At this point in time, we are pleased to welcome Nadine Varova to lead us in the singing of our national anthem.
Good morning, everyone. On behalf of the City Council and the people of Edmonton, it's my pleasure to welcome you on the opening day of the 2016 Canadian Ultimate Championships. We're also pleased to have more than 1,500 players and coaches from across the country coming to Edmonton to compete over the course of the next week. Edmonton is known as a center of sporting excellence with a strong reputation for hosting outstanding events. and we are pleased to be able to add the 2016 Canadian Ultimate Championships to the list of fantastic events we have welcomed to our city. I am particularly pleased to welcome you to the Ivor Sports Park this morning, which was just officially opened last June. Ivor Sports Park is leading the way when it comes to sustainability at the city-owned facilities. This facility collects stormwater and reuses it for field irrigation, and we have committed to retaining the natural wetland features on the site to keep vital ecosystems intact. Ivor Sports Park is the product of partnership between the City of Edmonton, the Edmonton Minor Soccer Association, MTRS Club Soccer, the Northwestern Athletic Association, and the Punjab United Sports and Heritage Association. We're very pleased of all the work done by these community groups to make this facility a reality.
Yeah.
While this facility may be used by...
So right now we have Mohinder Banga from Ward 12, that's Edmonton. He's a city councillor, welcoming the athletes to the event today. He's talking a little bit about the Ivor Dent Sports Park. That's the establishment we're here today. It's a massive, massive soccer and multi-sport complex. It opened just about a year ago, so it's pretty much brand new, and the fields look phenomenal. I took a little mini walking tour around. What can we say? It's one ultimate field per soccer field. It's actually unbelievable site. One of the best sports facilities in the country, and the players and coaches are lucky to be here today and for the whole event all week.
Organizing committee for helping to bring this event to Edmonton. I'm sure the 4 Edmonton teams are grateful and excited to be competing on their home turf. To those who are visiting Edmonton, I hope you take the time to visit some of the Edmonton's attractions and see all that our wonderful city has to offer. And to all the athletes, best of luck this week, and I wish you a wonderful competition. Thank you.
Thank you, Mohinder. I'd now like to ask Rod Loyola, the MLA for the Eloise area, to come up and say a few words.
And now a few words from the MLA from the Edmonton Ellerslie area. That's Rod Loyola. Again, with just a few more welcome messages here. It's firing up the kids here. Let's take a listen.
Good morning, everyone. I'm delighted to be able to join you here today in the traditional territory of Treaty 6 on behalf of the Government of Alberta. On behalf of our Premier Rachel Notley, the Minister of Culture and Tourism Ricardo Miranda, and all my colleagues in government. It is my pleasure to welcome you to Edmonton and to the 2016 Canadian Ultimate Championships. I'm delighted that Edmonton is once again playing host to the Ultimate Championships, and I'm especially proud to see them played right here at Ivor Dent Sports Park. Edmonton and Alberta have a proud history of hosting major sporting events. From the Commonwealth Games in 1978 to the FIFA Women's World Cup in 2015, most recently the Tracktown Classic, and everything in between. Edmonton has been the place where countless championships have taken to the field to compete at the highest level of their sport. Once again, the Canadian Ultimate Championships joins the list. I believe it is important to us as Albertans that we continue to support these events, not only because of the tourism dollars these events can bring to the province, but also because of the exposure they provide to Canada's youth, which serves to inspire them to be more active in their daily lives and see their potential as to what may be possible. They see role models who bolster the belief that you can attain anything through hard work, and those young individuals will one day grow up to become the next generation of Canada's best, developed by Canada's best, and in some of this country's best facilities right here in Alberta. To the athletes and fans who have traveled here from across the country, welcome. After taking in the amazing events scheduled this week, I hope you get the opportunity to explore and experience Alberta's capital region. To the men and women from the Team Alberta, I wish you all the best for a safe and fun competition. I know you will represent this province well, showcasing the highest standard of sportsmanship and the spirit of the game. I hope you all have a great time here in Edmonton, and thank you for inviting me to participate in today's ceremony. Thank you.
That was Rod Loyola, the MLA for the Edmonton-Ellerslie area.
At this point in time, we're inviting Danny Saunders forward to share a few words from Ultimate Canada.
And now we have the Executive Director of Ultimate Canada, that's Danny Saunders. He's going to have a few words, including announcing next year's CUC location.
On behalf of Ultimate Canada, I wanted to start by thanking all the volunteers who are making this event possible. Let's give them a hand. I hope everyone has a great 3 days here of competition for the junior event, followed by the adult event, and that next year you'll join us in Ottawa for the 2017 Canadian Ultimate Championship.
So there you hear it from the Executive Director of Ultimate Canada, Danny Saunders, announcing next year's Ultimate Canada CUC Championships in Ottawa at the UPI Ultimate Park. And the mixed division next year will take place in Saskatoon, Saskatchewan.
At this point in time, we'd like to invite some local players, Alicia Brooks and Alex Bedard, to share a pledge for all of us for the athletes. Their words will act for all of us as we compete to the best of our abilities this week.
In the name of all the competitors, I promise that we shall take part in this Canadian Ultimate Championships, respecting and abiding by the rules that govern them, committing ourselves to the spirit of the game in the true spirit of sportsmanship, for the honor of our teams and the glory of our sport.
Au nom de tous les concurrents, je promets que nous prendrons part au Canadian Ultimate Championship en respectant et en suivant les règles qui les régissent, en nous engageant dans un esprit de sportivité pour la gloire du sport et de l'honneur de nos équipes.
That was athletes Alicia Brooks and Alex Bedard with the athletes' pledge in English and French.
What is it about Ultimate that makes us love it so much? Is it the feeling of that first time you throw the perfect 60-yard huck? Or the adrenaline from a full extension layup to catch a point? Maybe it's the exhilaration that comes with a win on Universe Point. Or the pride we feel when we challenge our bodies past what we thought were the limits of our capabilities. On the other hand, maybe it's the niche the sport fills. Some of us here are athletes from other sports too. Some of us have never found a home in another sport, yet we had no problem finding one here. Do we love it because our friends play? Maybe we love it because there's nothing better than seeing the spirit of the game flourishing from both the sidelines and from the bleachers. Let's be honest, where else can we play this hard to win, competing at this level without needing a referee? Secretly, maybe we play because it helps us keep our sweet, sweet bods in shape. I know I love it because to me, it's not just a sport. It's a culture I desperately love being a part of. More than the big plays and the athleticism and all the joys and heartaches that come with competing, at the end of the day, Ultimate is a community. It's a community that cares for each other and for the rest of the world around us. And a community that is deeply in love with the sport that brings us together. This community is where I belong, And that is what makes me love Ultimate so much. So, before you cleat up and hit the fields, take a moment, reflect, and ask yourself what brought you here. What is it about Ultimate that makes you love it so much?
Thank you, Tasha. Just a few quick notes before we get going today. If at any point in time you have any questions or comments or concerns, please you feel free to address them to a volunteer. Volunteers will be wearing goldy yellow shirts. If they can't help you, always feel free also to grab a person in a blue shirt.
And after the Ode to Ultimate by Tasha Carome, we have Chris Reed giving a final conclusion here. And then the games will begin. Just for any viewers tuning in, checking out the opening ceremonies here at the Canadian Ultimate Championships 2016 from Edmonton, Alberta at the Ivor Dent Sports Park. We have an amazing matchup in the junior women's division coming up first thing. Team Era from Quebec and Mischief from BC. It's the 8th and 9th seed. It should be an absolutely amazing game, so make sure to stay tuned. That game is going to get underway in just under an hour as this ceremony wraps up. We have several members of Team Canada's junior contingent that just returned from Warklaw, Poland, over on the left-hand side, and then we have flag bearers from every province and one territory, and teams behind representing everybody. Not really. Now we have hundreds of junior athletes gathering for a photo to kick off this year's games. Truly an unbelievable sight to see this many junior athletes all gathered in Edmonton for the Canadian National Finals.
All right. All right, guys, thank you very much. We got a thumbs up, so I think he's good. If you haven't taken a team photo yet, feel free to head over where you guys gathered for a team photo. If not, you're welcome to warm up.
Thanks, everyone. Let the games begin.
Can we please?
And that concludes the opening ceremonies from CUC 2016, live from the Ivor Dent Sports Park, partnered here with SportsCanada.tv. We will be bringing you all the action live from Edmonton, Alberta. The first matchup, Era versus Mischief in the juniors women's division, gets underway in just under an hour. Make sure to tune in then to catch all the action.